Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Izzy Cinema Escape on YouTube. I'm your host Izzy. For anyone who is new to the channel, before I get to this review, please feel free to hit the subscribe button below and spread the word to your friends and family. And anyone who isn't new, thank you for continuing to spread the word. And I hope you all, even new and old users alike, I hope you all continue to enjoy my work. Having said that, today's review is based off the second Marvel Cinematic Universe film, The Incredible Hulk, starring Edward Norton, Liv Tyler, Tim Roth, and William Hurt. This is the second film of The Incredible Hulk that has received a live-action adaptation treatment. The first one that that has absolutely nothing to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe was directed by Ang Lee, and it starred Eric Bana, Jennifer Connelly, Sam Elliott, and Nick Nolte. The first Hulk, simply titled Hulk, is more or less a character study of the Incredible Hulk. And I can remember when the film first came out that there was a lot of anticipation for it, as it was the first film that we were actually going to see the Incredible Hulk on the big screen. And at the time, fans and critics alike were expecting this 2-hour plus film of the Hulk doing nothing but smashing things and destroying buildings and just having nonstop action. When that didn't come to their fruition, there was a lot of disappointments on both sides of the spectrum, as fans were alienated with the whole lengthy nature of the character study, and you have the critics who appreciate the character study but also was expecting more of an action formulaic story that was going to appease both sides. And unfortunately, it alienated both sides. And while Ang Lee is a fantastic director, I mean, anyone who is familiar with Ang Lee, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is one of the greatest martial arts films of all time. I highly recommend it. He also did Brokeback Mountain. I mean, the man is just a phenomenal director, and he's had prior work before those films. The Incredible Hulk, mind you, is directed by Louis Leterrier. I'm not sure if I pronounced his last name correctly, but he also directed the Transporter films, and directed the Transporter films, Clash of the Titans, The Incredible Hulk, obviously, and Now You See Me. The Incredible Hulk was an attempt to right the wrongs of the first film that came before it, whereas they wanted to actually incorporate much more action, more excitement, and more chaotic visualization rather than having it be more of a heavy-handed in the dramatic department. It was an attempt, I guess, to bring some form of balance to the character. And given that it was the second film within the Marvel Cinematic Universe that was establishing the universe that we're all familiar with at this very point in time, the story is a continuation of Bruce Banner attempting to find a cure or to find a way to control the creature, the beast within him. And Edward Norton's performance as Bruce Banner, for me personally, I love Edward Norton as Bruce Banner. I think Edward Norton is a fantastic actor to begin with, but Edward Norton, for me, looks exactly like Bruce Banner. Whenever I read the comic books and even watched the old television series with Bill Bixby and even the animated series, which is still one of my favorite animated series of all time, anyone who is not familiar with this should watch the animated series that is very similar to Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends presentation. Still one of the greatest cartoons ever. But as far as Edward Norton is concerned, he looks exactly how I always wanted Bruce Banner to look from the comic books. He looks exactly like him with the glasses and the lab coat, especially when you get a brief snippet of him and with his government official ID card. And just everything about Bruce Banner from this film is exactly how he should be. Just dry, intelligent, very innovative, and willing to use his surroundings to find a way to elude capture without releasing the beast from within. And he also did the motion capture work with the Incredible Hulk. So having said that, I think Edward Norton's performance is absolutely pitch perfect. You have Tim Roth, who plays Emil Blonsky, / also did the Abomination motion capture work. Arrogant, fearless, and outspoken, and is willing to do whatever is necessary in order for him to attempt to find a way to eliminate the threat that is before him. It's very antagonistic, and that's what I really appreciate about him. Then you have William Hurt, who plays General Thunderbolt Ross. Amazing, exactly comic book pitch perfect. When I think of General Ross, I definitely think of William Hurt's performance. It's specifically in this film, just pure comic book General Ross. You have Liv Tyler, who plays Betty Ross, and she does an amazing job while also having great chemistry with Edward Norton. As I mentioned before, with this particular film, one thing that Louis Leterrier did was attempt to find a way to incorporate that much more action without boring the viewing audience. Now, the action from this perspective is absolutely phenomenal, bar none. the first time that you see the Hulk, and it's a minor spoiler here, it's very similar to that of a horror film where you're not necessarily seeing the Hulk in his full glory. It's just he's hidden within the shadows, and the atmosphere is so intense that you literally could just cut the tension with the knife. It's like a hot knife through butter. And I can remember watching the sequence and just feeling that much more immersed with this universe. And this sequence between the Hulk and the United States Army is still one of the greatest action sequences of all time. And when you have the Abomination fighting the Hulk in New York, just phenomenal. This is the Hulk I felt that we were, I guess, robbed of when it came to Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Savage Hulk obviously is the format of the angrier that the Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. The angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. And I felt still to this very day that this is something that we were absolutely robbed of, because if anyone should have had the ultimate Hulk out moment, even though Professor Hulk is very much faithful to the comic books, we should have definitely received a Hulk that just went nonstop, chaotic, full power, just eliminating anything and everything in his path, and then actually having that final showdown with Thanos. The only time we actually get to see that Hulk, or we have seen him, is within this film. Then he showed up in Avengers, the first Avengers film, then showed up in Avengers Age of Ultron. Then, of course, you have him in Thor Ragnarok. Then they just completely watered him down. And I think that's probably the main reason why they did that, is because they felt if they made him too powerful, or actually showed him within his true representation as far as the strength is concerned, there wouldn't be much of a film. So in that case, I guess I can understand it. But when push comes to shove, I think The Incredible Hulk is one of the most underrated films, in my opinion, within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. While similar to Hulk, it was not a huge financial success within the box office. So you have Universal, who's continuing to keep their stranglehold on the character rather than just relinquishing it to Marvel/Disney. Now, I will say this: I felt when you watch the first Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk, this is before Disney swooped up the Marvel franchise. You definitely notice the stylistic differences in tone, and how with the first two Marvel films, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, there is this sense of true darkness within the storyline, and how it's much more serious before they started interjecting more humor and finding a way to bring more of an audience, a kid-friendly audience, which is nothing wrong with it, but it's just I definitely appreciate the darker material and how serious it was with the first two Marvel Cinematic Universe films. But having said that, I think The Incredible Hulk, with the action, with the active performances, and the atmosphere, and it really literally feels like a true, fresh comic book coming to life. And the appearance of the Hulk, the physical representation of the Hulk, from my perspective, as I mentioned, when I watched the Incredible Hulk animated series, this is exactly how the Hulk should look. This is how he should sound. This is what he should be doing. And I definitely was not a fan of how they changed his appearance in the Avengers and in the Avengers film, I should say, and even Thor Ragnarok. I just didn't particularly care for how he looked. I understand why they did it, but just Edward Norton's portrayal and just how the Hulk looks in this film is how he always should look. It's how I always envisioned him in my head. Even, like I said, reading the comic books and watching the animated series, and even with the old Bill Bixby series. But overall, I think The Incredible Hulk is still one of the most underrated and exciting Marvel Cinematic Universe films that does not receive the recognition that it deserves. And it's still fun, it's still exciting, and it still provides that pack of a punch that you just find yourself still emotionally invested within the character. And I absolutely love it. It's fun. It's everything it needs to be. And I really, truly wish that we received a sequel for this. That way we could have seen more of the Abomination and more of the Leader. Either way, it still does what it needs to do. Great music, great action, great acting performances. Just sets the pace, sets the tone remarkably well. And that's pretty much what I have to say about it. I have to give it a 2 thumbs up, 5 out of 5. Well, 5 out of 5, excuse me. Anyone who is new to the channel, thank you for coming to my review and watching it. Anyone who isn't new, thank you for continuing to watch as well. I don't know what my next review will be, but again, I apologize for the lengthy delay as far as upload is concerned. I hope to do better with that. That's my review of The Incredible Hulk. I hope you guys can continue to remain safe and healthy, and you'll be seeing me again, my friends, and hearing from me. Thank you, and be safe. Peace out.